All right, Rabbi, I got a question for you. Um, in I know before the world went crazy, you was offering conversions. Um, are you still doing that?
Yes, but I'll tell you, these conversions are not necessarily accepted by everybody. They have been accepted by at least 50% of the synagogues that the people have gone to. I encourage people to move into a Jewish community, be a part of that community, and convert to that community. Even though there's a conversion crisis and people will get mistreated, get that piece of paper. After you get that piece of paper, you can send everybody to hell. Okay, but just get that piece of paper. Conversions I do, first, we do it for free. We do it according to halakha. We even record it. But it's really for you to try to start your own community. There's no point of being religious alone. Okay, walking with God doesn't mean much if you're walking alone. You got to be part of a team of like-minded individuals. Israel. This whole notion of a recognized conversion is a new thing. Before the establishment of the state of Israel, there was no such thing as a recognized conversion. It's because conversion has become politicized. So the first Sunday of every month.
All right. Thank you, brother.
No problem.
Right, thank you. Thanks so much. I want to say that we do have someone in the chat. Eliyahu, I think that's probably my boy James. Good to see you, sock account. He's saying that you're fake, Rabbi, and you want to he's saying you want to just respond to some criticism. He's saying that we shouldn't listen to you.
That's fine.
Right.
Don't respect me because I have the title Rabbi. And I have more smichas than all these rabbis on YouTube. I have 3 smichas, and I put 2 out of them online. 1 is not enough. They're like, it's not good enough. Don't respect me because of the title. The title means nothing, okay? I got the title in Israel when I knew I was coming to America to work in synagogues here. The title means nothing. Respect me on what I teach. Respect me because I'm able to challenge every rabbi alive today to a debate and come out on top virtually.
That's right.
Okay? That's why I want people to respect me. And if the rabbis are so great, why don't the rabbis show up on... You know how easy it is to put me back in my box?
True.
Just come on here and just prove that what I'm saying is wrong. But every time a rabbi's coming, there's many respectful rabbis who've shown up. They always agree. They're like, it's true. What you're saying is true. That's what they always say. Trust me. I'm not the most articulate person in the world. I'm an introvert. I like reading. I like being alone. I do this because I think the world needs this message, and no one else is giving this message over. There's no one out there standing up for converts. Not that this is my only message, but rational Judaism, putting Kabbalah back in the box. But let's make distinctions between Kabbalah and Halakha. I'm challenging people who make Judaism look ridiculous. It's a shame it works. The shaming works. The name calling works because people say things about me that I'm a fake, this and that. That's also a form of fake news. They do that because they know it works. The average person who attacks me on Tanakh Talk, they'll say, I've never heard of Rabbi Asher, but I was told that he's fake, and that's why I don't listen to him. And that's good enough for them. It's funny, but I don't know how they left Christianity with that attitude, unless they left Christianity because someone told them Christianity was fake and they never really experienced it. I don't think the vast majority of people who come to Judaism from Messianic Judaism come because they've actually disproven Christianity. So, because I don't think a lot of these kind of missionary rabbis make a compelling argument against Christianity, even though I'm not a Christian. I think they came because they've romanticized Jews to such an unhealthy level that they just replaced Jesus for some Israeli guy. That's it. So these guys don't impress me. This whole notion of the truth. For me, truth is ethics. Standards is the only thing that elevates you in this world. Being a better person, that's what makes God holy. It says in the book of Isaiah that the holy God is made holy through righteousness. What does that mean? It means that even God is considered holy for what he does, not who he is. I don't care what the title is. So it's what you do that makes you special. It's not like, oh, well, I'm a Jew and you're not. What does that mean? Titles mean nothing. Titles mean nothing. Okay. I should just label myself the fake rabbi. Come debate the fake rabbi. I don't need the title. I'll tell you, there's a lot of people who have the title who can't last 2 minutes on the show. And it's the truth. But of course, I don't attack people. I attack ideas. Okay.
Sure.
I mean,
that is true about you. That is true.
I have no problem. I think Tovia Singer's a nice guy. I knew Tovia Singer in Jerusalem. this organization I worked for used to hire him to speak to kids in Hebrew University. And I've spoken to him on the phone in Jerusalem. He maybe doesn't remember me. No, these people are stand-up people, fine.
You come multiple times a week, you open up a room, you implore people, you give them the link. There's no excuse.
Let's talk.
So
Also, I'm not getting paid for doing this. I don't have much to lose. These guys don't work for a living. So if they piss off the wrong people,
if they get owned by a fake rabbi, oy.
That's the end of their career. Be assured that if you come challenge me, it's going to be the end of your career.
You mess with the bull, you get the horns. Callie, you're on the horn. How can we help you tonight? What's your question, brother? What's happening? You're in the truck? You're moving along?
No, I'm at home right now.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Okay, so my question is, let's say you convert to Judaism and you want to be that rabbi that you said you should be, right? What is the layout of what you should study in what order? Because Judaism is like this massive sea of everything, and it seems there's this monster learning curve. You said Mishneh Torah, and you said the Torah, right? So what else should you learn in order to familiarize yourself?
Mm-hmm. So not everything that appears in the Mishneh Torah is actually halacha, and that's something that you should graduate to once you've gone through it once or twice. Once you think you know the Rambam well enough, which puts you in a very special category because that means you already have a good grasp of halacha. You master the Rambam, you will know what to do during Hanukkah, during Passover. You'll lead your own Passover Seder. You'll lead the davening. You'll be able to do everything. But after the Rambam, assuming that you've already mastered the 5 books of Moses to a certain extent, I mean, I'm a spiritual person when it comes to the Chumash. I don't think we're ever really going to master everything God wants us to tell us there. But once you have a pretty good grasp on it and a good grasp on halacha, it's time to start dissecting codifications of Jewish law. Going through the Rambam and separating what's minhag, what's midrash, and what's halacha. And there's a lot of it in there. Many times the Rambam doesn't make a distinction between rulings that came from Geonim, ruling that came from Amoraim, and the rulings that came from Tanaim. Sometimes the Rambam gives medical advice, and it still appears in that format as halacha aleph or halacha bet. That's really the highest level because that is going to take longer than mastering the Rambam, mastering the Chumash took. It means going back to the Mishnah, not just the Mishnah that was called Midrashei Halacha, the Sifra, the Sifri, the Mechilta, the Braitot, and the Toseftot, which are also Braitot, but they're the binding Braitot. You're cutting it down to its least common denominator. You're whittling it down to the source. I haven't seen a rabbi do that publicly. I mean, with the exception, let's see, that Rabbi Chaim Ovadia does it some. Rabbi David Bar Chaim does it some. I guess maybe like Rabbi Herschel Schechter does it some. But that's high caliber Judaism. You're going to lose everybody because the vast majority of people nowadays are stuck on YouTube rabbis who are teaching the Ramchal like it's halacha. They're teaching the Chafetz Chaim like it's halacha. To make it even more stupid, they'll say all this was given on Mount Sinai as well. They'll say the Zohar, that's also part of the oral law. That's a dumbification. When books that were found 700 years ago, they're elevating to the status of what was given on Mount Sinai. I think everybody acknowledges lighting Hanukkah candles, even lighting Shabbat candles, all these things were developed later on. Purim was developed later on. So how could it have been given on Mount Sinai? Purim happened during the days of Esther. Hanukkah happened during the days of the Maccabees. But this is never questioned. Ask one of these rabbis, when you say that the whole oral law was given to Mount Sinai, isn't the law to light Hanukkah candles part of the oral law? I hope that answer helps, but there's a way to start dissecting the Rambam. So there are certain commentaries from the Rambam that tell you where he got the laws from because the Rambam doesn't give sources. There's one called the Kesef Mishnah. There's the Lechem Mishnah. There is the Magid Mishnah, I believe. And all these work together, giving you the sources for what appears in Mishneh Torah. Now, sometimes because these writers are Kabbalistically inclined, when they can't find a source, they'll link it to the Zohar because they also believe, Kabbalistic rabbis believe that the Zohar was written by Rabbi Shimon ben Yochai and he predated the Rambam. But that's also not really a source. It has to come from authoritative literature, which is Mishnaic literature. The literature that contains the rulings of Tanaim, men who had smicha, ordination going all the way back to Moses, in the auspices of a Sanhedrin, the court.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that.